Hey guys, this is Chance Williams, and today on Chance Shop Talk, I'd like to talk to you guys about a video that I did. It was 5 tips on starting an automotive business. You know what? I got to thinking about that video, and I'm thinking to myself, there ought to be a video on the good, bad, and ugly. Well, I'm going to tell you the good part of it is, and it's not very long, multiple years, okay? Multiple years later, it gets wonderful. It really gets wonderful when you start paying your debt off, all your personal debt, especially when you pay your mortgage off. If you do own a building that you are doing business in, that is awesome. And I do highly recommend you guys that are owning automotive repair shops out there to actually own your real estate. And the reason I say that is that's a heck of a write-off for, during the year. So that's a good thing. That's really a good thing. And a lot of you guys find yourself struggling with how you got set up too also. And I highly advise going to an LLC corp if possible. Don't wait till they done set you up as a sole proprietor and try to flip over to an LLC. It can be done, but guys, it's hard. It's aggravating, it's stubborn, and it's a pain in the butt. But I do want to say that multiple years later, you will be comfortable and it will pay off for you in the long run. I've got 24 years in it this July, okay? I know. I'm talking from experience right now. But I thought this video ought to be shot, and the reason I say that is, number one, I want to tell you guys, doing videos on YouTube or any kind of thing, especially starting out like I have, it ain't easy, okay? So please just like. If you don't like, say thumbs up. At least I know you watched it. I hope you like it. I'm just shooting straight from the hip and going to give you a little bit of advice. And I think that this information should be put out there. The next thing I think I said in the video, if you are a technician and you do want to own your automotive repair shop, I don't advise it. I do if you have the transition skills. The transition skills from what you love doing every day of the week to transition into a business owner. That's the hardest thing that I had to do, and it was tough. And the next reason is you want to be everybody's friend. And next thing you know, you got people piled up and they're camping out over there and having a ball over there with one of your employees. What do you say? Technicians are hard to find to start with, especially really good ones. And if he's a good one, you're having a hard time figuring out, how am I going to explain to him, this ain't a hangout. I don't want this here at my business. Okay, you got to figure that out for yourself. So that's my tips on that. But the main purpose and the main thing that I want to say here is, yes, it is well worth it, and it works out in the long run. Long run, not short run. It ain't going to happen. I don't give a daggum who you are unless you just got unlimited funds and can hire anybody and train them for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks on end. And if you do, shoot, slap something my way. I'd love to have it. I can always use a little extra cash. But anyway, okay, let's get to the bad. None of this is scripted, by the way. I just want to let y'all know I don't do scripted. I'm not very good at it. And I'm usually pretty good about coming straight off my head and tell you what I think. So the bad is, say for instance, one day you wake up and all of a sudden, this is my true story. So you wake up and you done went into business for yourself and you're like, yes. Well, 5 years later, I decided I was going to build that building. Yeah, sure did. That's $500,000, boys and girls. 20-some years old, 26, 27 years old. Yeah, I thought, man, I'm the king. You hear me? I got me this big, beautiful building on the side of the road. Major, traffic up and down. Yes, perfect. We are set. Because when I moved locations, it was like I flipped a new switch and I was brand new. Except for the existing customers that I had. They knew I was there, but heck, at the time I moved in, they didn't need service, so I'm having to build new customer base. And I call it customer base, but to be honest with you, I prefer it to be my family base, to be honest with you, because that's what I've built over the years, and I will continue to do so. But anyway, so we're like in this transition period where we're moving out of one shop into another shop, right? Sweet. I am feeling like I am on cloud nine. Got this big, beautiful building. And as they said in a dream, and in one of the videos I said, I actually, I think it was Field of Dreams, build it and they will come. That's what was always in my head. Oh, that was a stupid metaphor. Y'all guys don't do that. But that was funny. But anyway, so this guy that I had worked for me, no names mentioned, he was down there. He was the last person in the shop, last stick of anything. I had actually taken him over. He was just finishing up installing the engine on Olds 442. We just built the engine in it, you know. And so next thing I know, he hadn't cranked it up yet. And so I was gone about half an hour, and I come back. And next thing I know, he's got this oil pressure gauge hooked up to it. And I'm going, well, it says 60. What do you got this thing hooked up for? Well, the oil pressure gauge is in there is pegging back and forth. I said, well, this says 60. That says back and forth. Okay, well, maybe it's a gauge issue. We never heard it run because the engine was locked up in it. Well, next thing I know, guess what? I'm all the way back to the shop. He's on the way. He calls me on the cell phone. Hey, this car stalled. Okay. I go down there, hook a rope to it, pull it up to the shop, get it in there, finish it up, tidy it up. No, stupid me. I didn't check the oil in it myself. But I laid 6 quarts of oil out on the guys, you know, around the car. I said, here, use this. Make sure you use this, okay? Well, anyway, I only gave him a bottle of break-in oil and for the camshaft and, you know, the engine and all. So, well, next thing I know, I'm tidying everything up. Carburetor's adjustment. The choke was closed. He didn't have it hooked up. So that's the reason pretty much why the car stalled. I'm pretty sure of it. So, shoot, I had left it running for like, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and I jump in it. It sounds great. I take out a couple, 3 miles down the road and come back, park it, call the customer, say, Mr. Customer, your car is ready. And they go, sweet. Come up there, pick it up, pay me the cash, walk out the door. And I think that was around 4 or 5 o'clock-ish. And so, you know, it's late. Now, I'm in a brand new building, right? So I'm cleaning up, I'm putting up shelves, and I'm doing all the stuff, you know, make my place nice, you know. Next thing I know, I get this phone call, ring, hello. Yes, sir, Williams Automotive. Hey, man, look at here, dude. I just had to put 6 quarts of oil in my car. I said, excuse me? You did what? No way, man. At that point, when I said that, he basically thought I was calling him a liar, and I wasn't. I was just like, I didn't personally pour the oil in there. I left it up to one of my employees, right? And so now, like, I'm like this. I said, wherever you at, pull over, stop, okay? Don't do anything else. He says, I done put oil in it. It's okay. I'm gonna bring it to you, but it's got just a little bit of noise to it. And I go, huh? Okay, bring it to me in the morning. He brought it to me the next morning, guys, and the bottom end was knocking. So this guy was a fairly mediocre guy. He wasn't like the best in the world, I guess you say, but he was a pretty good guy, I guess you'd say, what have you. So anyway, I said, look, man, first thing in the morning, I said, look, you need to get a car in here. You need to find out what's going on with it. And he goes, okay. Takes his time. Man, I don't have time for this. Look, get this car in here. He gets it in, and I said, get the engine out. It's knocking. Pulled it out, flipped it over. Sure enough, didn't hurt the crankshaft, tore the bearings up. Well, you know, that was bad. That was real bad. I bought all the parts. He put it all back together, put it back in. You know, we did it ASAP. Boom, boom, boom. Day and a half, in and out, you know. Got it done, called the customer, told him, I apologize. Your car's ready. I reimbursed the man for his oil because I didn't feel it was right. So after it was all said and done with, come payroll day, the employee comes down there and says, hey, so look at here. You shorted me. I said, how did I short you? Oh, no, I don't owe you for that. So now we're getting into the ugly. The ugly is now I got to deal with a customer, with my employee who thinks that I owe him for not putting oil in the car. What did he do with it? He couldn't explain to me. I even asked him where the oil containers were. There was no garbage can down there. I even went back down there. I still couldn't find it. Okay. So I'm going to cut this story off right here and let you guys know, yes, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly. Basically, the good is later, multiple years later down the road. The bad is having to deal with employees who either did it on purpose or didn't do it on purpose or messed up or whatever. And the ugly part is having to deal with them when time comes to think that they actually owed a paycheck. But the real ugly is standing in front of your customer who trusts and believe in you and to tell them that how sorry you are. Now, if you're man enough to stand up to that, then you're probably man enough to turn around and open up a business and run it and really be prosperous. So that's some of the good and the bad and the ugly. Hey guys, y'all take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Tomorrow I'll be doing a video on VCTs.